is authentic. He is genuine. I had the privilege of sharing a car trip with him from a leadership meeting back in the airport. He is a good man, a good husband, a good father. He is a man who is firmly in touch with his why, and he has managed to translate that heart and that reason into his business. Would you guys please give it up for Mr. D.L. Woods?
Anybody ever been having a bad day, and because you was having a bad day, somebody asked you how you doing, you still say what? Yeah, good. So what I say is I'm gonna flip it up. We doing better than amazing. How's that? Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Better than amazing. Wow. All right, perfect, guys. They brought me out here. I've been commissioned to actually give you guys a little bit of my heart. Is that cool? All right. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys exactly why you need to work for your why. But first of all, you guys need to know exactly what your why is. You need to put your why in front of you. What I have on the screen is a beautiful picture of my wife, my daughter Layla, as well as my son Landon. All right? Now, this is what you guys have to do all the time. Like, how many of you guys ever heard the saying that you need to put something in, your why needs to be so strong that it makes you cry? Anybody heard that? Well, how many of y'all tired of crying? It's time. I think that your why needs to be so strong it makes you fly through this company. How many of y'all like that? And guys, why I scrambled up the acronym, what's hurting you? Who hating on you? You see your previous why, the one that's supposed to make you cry, make you fly through the compensation plan, that should be the one that initially gets you started. Okay? Well, you also need to have one that prevents you from quitting. Because see, who hating on you is all those people that said, it's too good to be true, you're going to lose, okay, you're going to quit. So, who's hating on you? How many of y'all seen that movie before? Y'all seen that movie Belly before? Who's hating on you? And so you say, man, listen, this is going wrong, I missed F3 by one person, I D-ranked or whatever, I would quit, but you know what? My uncle pissed me off so far the other day, I ain't gonna quit. All right? So check this out, guys. This is what I started from. Listen, guys, I got a call I got an email on Facebook at 2 o'clock in the morning from Eric Turner, Seymour Green, right? And he told me, listen, you need to get started in this business. But I told him I didn't have the money because I was already in a previous situation where I was economically challenged. That's just fancy term for broke. And what I was doing was, I used to have to donate plasma for gas money, right? How many of y'all know how plasma works? Any of y'all? All right? The first donation is $20. The second donation that week is $30. And so literally it took me 2 weeks to actually get my $99.95 for my platinum package. That's determination. That's what you want. That's the kind of people you want on your team. People that's not going to give you the excuse saying that, listen, $99.95 is too much. Guys, I went and sat on that plasma table and I took pictures. Because when you're in a bad situation, you need to take pictures of it. Because one day that picture right there on the screen is going to be that one picture that's going to humble you when you're making $114,000 a month. Does that make sense? It's going to keep you level. All right? And so I was actually looking at that, and what motivated me right then is because I looked over to my left and I seen my beautiful wife having to donate plasma right next to me. And I said, the look on her face, it was like, I did not sign up for this. I did not sign up. I did not say I do to this lifestyle. And so I made a decision from that day on that I would never be broke another day in my life. And so listen, what happened from that point on is I took down, I said, listen, how many of y'all have heard the the saying that what you think comes to reality. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, that kind of thing. Well, guys, I put up what I wanted my life to look like. Talking about a dream board, right? This is what, when I brush my teeth every single morning, I'm looking at diamond. How many of y'all want to make $55,000 a month? Any of y'all? Wake up now ideas, father, sister. All right, cool. Also, I put my life on my dream board. When I'm brushing my teeth, I'm looking at it every single morning. Okay? When I got a bad day, I'm looking at it. All right? Well, this is what happens. How many of y'all ever seen a good movie? It kind of made you cry? Any of y'all? The subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or what's not. That's why you still cry in movies, right? Because it only takes in what you give. So what I'm taking in is Rolls Royce. What I'm taking in every day is $400,000 in tithes. That's what I'm taking in, right? On a daily basis. And guess what? Belief. Only thing belief is, guys. How many of y'all see what belief is? Right there, I'm studying words right now. Right there in red, it says L-I-E. It says lie. In dead center in the middle of belief, you gotta lie to yourself. Because some of y'all ain't at the position that you see yourself 10 years from now, right? But today, guys, understand the first motivational story you ever heard was when you was in kindergarten. And you heard the little engine that could. He was scared of heights. He was dead afraid of actually accomplishing something. But what he'd do, he started lying to himself, right? He said, you know what, I think I can. I think I can. And over a period of time, he lied to himself so much to where he got the courage to actually accomplish a task. And guys, that's what you gotta have. You gotta have belief. You have to have belief in this business, belief in yourself, belief that you can do all things. Anybody ever heard of that before? It amazes me how people on Sunday say that I can do all things, and on Monday be like, oh my God, how's it gonna happen? Right? And guys, what I want you guys to do is to put the work in. Guys, this is not, I'm eating down there in Houston, and I'm telling you, Houston, where you at? Listen. We're gonna make that bubble on Houston a little bit bigger on that heat map, right? So check this out. This is us at the lounge. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. When we go to work, we go to work. We actually strap up our bootstraps and say, listen, who all serious in here? Let's go ahead and take this company and you to 6 figures a month. Okay? Now, check this out. I want to just tell y'all a small story because I'm almost running out of time. It was a gentleman by the name of Renoir. Renoir was a famous painter, okay? And he had arthritis of the hands. And it hurt so bad to where he actually had to strap a brush around his hand to paint, okay? So what he did is he hired a young assistant. The young assistant helped him with his paintings. But he always said, he would see Mr. Renoir painting, and all of a sudden, just the pain would radiate over his face. And he said, Renoir, how do you paint when it causes so much pain? And he said, young man, you gotta understand, you gotta believe the integrity of your work. That's why I paint through the pain. How many of y'all ever in life waited till midnight to put an IBO in and it didn't come for the last month? That's pain, and you miss your promotion. And what happens is he will continue to paint. He will continue to paint. And all of a sudden, radiation over his face of the pain. He said, Mr. Renoir, why do you paint when it causes so much pain? And he says, young man, I ain't painting for the now. I'm painting for a legacy. And listen, and he would paint, and he says, as you notice, young man, when I paint, pain passes, but the painting remain. And guys, let me tell you like this. I went from not reading to being read about. From pain through the pain. From people who didn't believe. And I still painted through the pain. And then all of a sudden, I get a call from Wake Up Now saying I need to interview you for 45 minutes because your story is so great. Donating plasma to being the highest residual earner in your family now.
Let's go, bro.
In 5.5 months after pain through the pain.
Let's go. Let's go, bro.
Don't quit. Because eventually, you'll get a call from an 801 number. And they gonna say your name. And they gonna say, you are the next person in our next issue on Wake Up Now magazine. And I just want you guys to understand that if you don't quit, you will win. Just appreciate the process. The small times right now is just making your story that much better. All right? God bless. Wake Up Now, thank you for giving me